Your child is screaming over the wrong cup. You gave them blue, but somehow it's the wrong blue. And now you're trapped in that familiar spiral. Logic doesn't work. Distraction doesn't work. Walking away makes everything worse. And here's the part most parents get wrong. You try to fix it fast, control it, stop the noise. That's exactly when it escalates. But Korean families discovered something about the nervous system that changes everything, something that actually diffuses a meltdown instead of adding fuel to it, and it works in under 60 seconds. Most parents accidentally make tantrums worse every single time. But after today, you won't. Here's what really happens when your instinct is to fix things quickly. You correct, you redirect, you try to rationalize. You're being ridiculous. Calm down. We don't cry over spilled milk. But here's what most parents don't realize. When you come in with control, your child's brain reads it as a threat. The fear center fires up. They dig in even harder. What could have been a 30-second moment becomes a 10-minute meltdown. And they learn, big feelings get me in trouble, so either hide them or scream louder to be heard. If you've done this, if you've felt that rising panic and responded with control, you're not failing, you're human. It's exactly how most of us were taught. But here's where one culture figured out something different. In Korean families, there's a concept called Jeong. It's hard to translate, but think of it as emotional harmony, deep empathy, and shared presence. And it completely changes how parents respond when their children are overwhelmed. Picture this. A Korean grandmother watches her grandson cry over a broken toy. She doesn't talk. She doesn't correct. She simply sits beside him, places a hand on his back, and breathes. Within seconds, his crying softens. It's like watching a storm pass. That's Jeong in action. Korean parents don't rush to fix emotion. They absorb it first, because they understand something crucial. When you stay calm, your child borrows your calm. Your body teaches their body how to regulate. When you panic, they panic harder. When you slow down, they slow down with you. This is called co-regulation, the foundation of what I'm about to teach you. So let's name this method the Jeong Pause. It's called a pause because the first step is counterintuitive. You stop trying to stop the tantrum. You pause. You lower your entire energy. You create a calm space around your child. And I'll be honest, the first step will feel wrong. Every instinct will scream at you to do the opposite. That's exactly why it works. I'm going to show you 5 simple steps, and I want you to follow the timing. When you see how quickly this works, you'll understand why Korean parents stay so steady. Ready? We only need 60 seconds. Step 1. Lower your energy and your body. The moment you see the meltdown beginning, or even if it's already happening, you do 3 things. Take a deep, real breath, drop your shoulders, crouch to eye level, not towering over them, but meeting them. When you do this, something shifts. Your child's brain reads it as, I'm safe. This person isn't a threat. They're with me. The amygdala, the fear center, begins to downshift. 10 seconds down, 50 to go. Step 2, silent connection. You simply make soft, steady eye contact, just there, 3 to 5 seconds. Step 3, gentle touch. You might hold their hand, place your palm on their back, or rest a hand on their shoulder. Some children melt into this immediately. Some don't want touch at all. You adapt. Here's what's happening neurologically. Your steady, calm touch sends a message straight to their brain. This is survivable. Many tantrums begin to de-escalate at this exact point. You feel their body loosen. They stop fighting because they feel seen, not scolded, not abandoned. 10 to 15 seconds. Here's what this looks like in real life. Your child screams because you cut their sandwich wrong. You say, stop being ridiculous. Tastes the same. With the Jeong Pause, you gently touch their shoulder, and you watch their shoulders drop. Step 4. Name the feeling. No lectures. You wanted the whole sandwich, and it's cut. No judgment. Because they feel understood, not corrected. And when a child feels understood, the need to scream lessens. They've been heard. Let me show you what happens next. Your child is crying over a broken toy. Now you say, the crying might get louder for a moment. That's their nervous system processing the emotion safely. 10 to 15 seconds. Step 5. Breathe together. Let's take some deep breaths together. You're not sending them away to calm down. You're staying with them. I don't have to stay stuck. The tantrum is soft now. 60 seconds. Your body broadcasts safety, and their nervous system borrowed your calm. You didn't just end a tantrum, you taught their brain a new pattern. During a meltdown, the emotional brain hijacks the logical brain. But felt safety, steady presence, deep attunement. Once they feel safe, the logical brain comes back online. Now they can think. And with every repetition, you're rewiring how their brain handles emotion. Over time, sometimes in just a few days, tantrums become less frequent and less intense. Not because you're controlling them, but because your child's brain is learning. Emotions can be survived. They're not dangerous. I can move through them. That pattern compounds. Now, you might be thinking, what if it doesn't work right away? Here's exactly what to expect. Day 1, you try this, and your child screams louder. They're confused. You're responding differently. Come, grounded, steady while they're escalating. That's not failure. That's the moment their brain is noticing the new pattern. Day 3, the crying sounds different, less frantic, more like release. They're beginning to trust the process. Day 5, they melt down, but recover in half the time. And when they're done, they come to you for a hug instead of pushing you away. This isn't magic. It's pattern training. And patterns require consistency, not perfection. You're retraining a nervous system that's been wired for reactivity, often because it's been met with reactivity. Rewiring takes repetition. But most parents notice real shifts within 3 to 5 days of gentle, consistent practice. Not perfect practice, just consistent. 6 months later, your child comes home from school, drops their backpack, and bursts into tears. You don't even know what happened yet. The old you would have said, "What happened? Why are you crying?" Use your words. But the new you crouch down, you breathe, you place a hand on their shoulder, and you wait. Here's what happens. Within seconds, they crawl into your lap, and the whole story pours out: the friend who said something mean, the game they weren't included in. They tell you because they trust you, because you've proven, again and again, that you can hold their big feelings, all from those tiny, 60-second moments. That's not tantrum management, that's attachment. That's emotional safety. That's the foundation of who they will become. The transformation. Your child's tantrums don't just get shorter, they become rarer. Because they learn something most children never truly learn. My biggest feelings don't push my parent away. Emotion doesn't mean abandonment. I can fall apart and still be loved. You'll notice it in small shifts at first. They come to you sooner. They cry instead of rage. They let you help instead of fighting you. That's not obedience. That's trust. The 15-minute meltdowns fade to 3. The explosions that used to escalate now dissolve. Their little body learns a new pattern, one you taught them. And you get something back too. You become the steady ground instead of part of the chaos. You model what emotional regulation looks like. You become the calm your child needs. And they grow into the emotionally secure person you always hoped they'd be. The next time your child melts down, and it will probably be today, try something radical. Don't fix it. Meet their eyes without words. Name what they're feeling. The one that was the wrong shade of blue. Here's the truth. The sandwich is still cut wrong. But something much more important happens. Your child learns that their biggest feelings don't push you away, that they're safe even when they're not okay. And that changes everything. But they will remember how you made them feel at their worst. Choose to be the calm they need, starting in the next 60 seconds. When you try it, come back and tell me what shifted. This method doesn't work perfectly, but it works genuinely.